guys, so I'm finished with the big huge stack. It didn't take me that long because a lot of the subjects were put together in big portions, but this is just a few things I wanted to go over in this video too. So these are apparently notes I took in language in 8th grade, and honestly guys, I have not found anything from my 7th grade year. I know I have binders from 7th grade, which I'll show you, but there's nothing in them. But, so, I thought these would make really great sounds. Okay, that's enough of that. So yeah, these are from English. So this is science, and this is from 8th grade. And this is what I was talking about when I said, like, I never realized I had horrible handwriting until now. So what is going on with this S? Like, the S doesn't even curve on the top. It looks like a snake or a swan, or I don't even know. I just thought I'd share that with you. So this is just like my binder for, not my binder, my folder that I had in 8th grade. What is this? I also doodle a lot. So a lot of papers in my binders, even now, will just have like a page of like a half drawn heart, or whatever. So I'm gonna put this with science. And this is a project we did in 8th grade. And it was, we each got a president. We got to choose the president we wanted. And it's kind of a funny story on how I chose John Quincy Adams to write a biography on. I picked that because that was the name of a school on Girl Meets World. And I thought that'd be kind of cool to do mine on a president that was named, that a school was named after on a show, So on Girl Meets World, they do go to a school called John Quincy Adams, like, middle school or something. So I thought that, I don't know. And that wasn't my first choice. I was gonna choose, like, JFK, but honestly, everybody else, only, like, one person could choose one president. And, the teacher told us first come, first serve on, like, JFK. So, yeah, John F. Kennedy, because he's the most, like, one people would choose because he has so much stuff to talk about, basically. So that's gonna go over there. And then this is the story I was telling you about we did in 8th grade, and it's called A Year Down Yonder. It's a book. Now, I don't read personally myself, but if somebody reads to us or at school, I'll listen. And it was a pretty good book for somebody who don't read. And this was like the project we had to do. It basically, here was the instructions to it. And And so I made a 92 on it, which was good, but like there was a character named Mary Alice, and then a character named Grandma Dowell or Dolan. I don't know how to say that. And then this one was compare and contrast of the 1930s to today's life. And this took place, or no, these are the chapters. We had to do a timeline of each chapter. And then this was like vocabulary for that book. We had vocabulary. And there was a drawing in here, yeah, I'll show you that. And that is character traits chart. And and it's a narrative writing. And then I guess this book took place in Illinois. So, wait, this is the state of Illinois. Yeah, Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, this is Illinois. And we had to draw like a map of like different things that happen in the book. And this is a drawing I drew, and it's not that good, but for me being in 8th grade, I guess it was. So this was like the little town in the book, I guess, and this is what we had to do. This was the train station, the school, the church, the Morris's store, coffee pot cafe. Don't know how to say that. Yeah, so this is basically like a map of the little town. Not how it actually was, obviously, because it was just a book, but this is what I imagine the town would look like. And then this was the poem we had to do. It says, giant, very tall, really outgoing, all the time working, never harmed anyone, dangerous, big, my grandma, old-fashioned. And I think that it's not a poem. Well, it says poem, but like it's a type of poem, like the it says grandma on the side, and we had to like put words that described her, and it had to start with the letter over here. If you're in English, you know what I'm talking about. So that is for A Year Down Yonder. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the binder. Okay, so this one is from 9th grade. Now, this one was from first semester because I had Mississippi Studies and Physical Science first semester, so that's how I know this is definitely from first semester of 9th grade. So this would have been in 2015. And I'm not going to go through everything in it because I do not want to take this stuff out, because I kind of regret taking everything out of my 7th and 8th grade binders. But I'll just show you a little bit of what's in it. So, this is a picture of Europe for Mississippi Studies. Or no, this is from World Geography. Like 9 weeks was Mississippi Studies, and then the second 9 weeks was World Geography. So that is something from World Geography. This is Physical Science. That's a map of the United States. We had to label it, and actually we had this thing we would do where we would have to label. And this was in World Geography, where we had to try to name all the states, and I came so close to name all the states. Like, I'm very good at when it comes to maps. I can tell you what country's what usually, and me and this other girl came so close, and we had to write them down on a piece of paper, and what I did, and I like listed them all, but I came like one short, and nobody in my class could figure out what state I was missing. And comes to find out, I was missing like here, let me go back to the map. I was missing like not Idaho, Indiana, I think, because for some reason I get like Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio mixed up, and so for some reason I like missed one of them. I don't know. And so this is what I was talking about earlier. I just doodle and leave like. So that's something I drew. This is. Well, I can't really show that because it has the school name on it. Oh well. So that is for culinary arts, but when we were in, this was my first year. As you knew, I've mentioned before, I took culinary arts this year, my 10th grade year, but there's 2 different years. So first year I took it in 9th grade, and my second year, which is the second year class, I took it in 10th. But you can take, if you take the first one, like your 9th grade year, you can take your second one 12th grade. It doesn't matter what order, before you could take second year, you have to take first. You have to take the first, yeah. So let's see. I don't know who. I think a guy on my bus drew this. I don't know why I have it though. I think I had my binder out, and he's like, "Give me a piece of paper." like he drew this. I don't know. So yeah, that's that, and that's physical science or world geography. That's world geography. This is my little doodling. Oh my god. Look at my handwriting. See, I had physical science last block, and my last block classes always end up having the worst handwriting because I'm like done with the day, basically. So put this back where I found it. This is just culinary art stuff, like vocab. But we didn't do a lot of writing this year. Like, we didn't have any notes this year. So this is Mississippi Studies. And if you've made it to this part of the video, comment the word paper. Comment the word paper, because last time in my video I did Friday, I told you guys to comment the word what's it called? Comment the word lemons, and then I was reading the comments and I'm like, why is everybody commenting the word lemon? And then I realized that I told you to, so my bad for forgetting, but comment the word paper if you made it this far. Okay, so this is physical science stuff, and then in the end of all my binders, I usually have a drawing section where I just put like paper to draw. There's a pumpkin and some. Oh, there's my name. That's actually really good. I'm gonna have to take that out of there. Tell me what you think about this. That's actually, wow. I mean, it's not perfect because some of the lines are slightly crooked, but that's actually not too bad. So all these little, oh, so sorry. So I'm just gonna stick down there. So this is my first semester binder, one of my binders. This is not all of my binders for that first semester. So the front, it's just got stuff, and see, I drew like little things for culinary art section. I drew like pizza and forks and spoons and Mississippi Studies, the state, and whatever. And this was like our school schedule, because this was my first year in high school, or first, semester in high school, so I didn't know like any of the scheduling, so the teacher wrote it on the board for us since we were freshmen. Okay, so this was the binder I was talking about earlier. This is one of the ones, I don't know what year. I'm thinking this is from 8th grade because it's definitely not from 9th grade, but it could be from 7th grade as well. I don't know. But it doesn't have really any work in it, I don't think. It just has like paper. I think this is one of the binders I took out all the work that was in it. And it was probably in that stack because there's only like loose paper. But yeah, there's nothing really to show in this. There's nothing even. I mean, I did draw like a flower or something on it, but okay. So this is from the second semester of 9th grade, and this has got my algebra work, STEM work, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and then agriculture. So this is that. And I have another binder with, this says paper only, but that was for, this binder, and then the binder I'm fixing to show you is got the same subjects in it. This one is just like printed paper only. Or no, this is, hold on, I'm confused. No, this is like written paper, and then the other one says printed paper notes. I don't know, just, yeah. So this, oh, I can't show you that. And definitely can't show you that because it's got very personal information on it. It was for STEM, I think. So that, I'm not gonna go through all this. I made a 33, what? Reading and, oh, this was in STEM when we had to learn how to, do, like, grown-up stuff, like taxes and stuff. Boring. This was for agriculture. We had to do plumbing. We had to learn different types of pipes, adapter, fitting, elbow reducer. Here's a picture of her. This looks horrible. I'm gonna throw that away. Actually, no, I'm not. But, so, this was 9th grade Algebra 1. My first time taking it. I thought it was going to be a breeze, nothing to it. Wrong, failed. But this is all my written notes. And see, like I said, 8th grade and 9th grade, we did a lot of written notes. And then 10th grade, it was all printed. And I'll show you that when I do a tour of all my binders. Not a tour. I'll show you what's in my binders from 10th grade. Oh, I can't show you that. So this is just some STEM work. This was, oh, this was the, like we took a test to see what kind of learner we were, and I was a visual learner, which I already knew that. And then this is notes on agriculture, so this is safety, our environmental factors like weather, work site overlaps with residential offense, work activity factors, economic factors, personal factors. And this was like, yeah, and this was part of the plumbing, like, information, whatever, like a house to the shed to the pump or whatever. We had to write what kind of pipes would go in what. This was the first set of notes because it was 1/15/16, which was the very beginning of the semester in that class. And my handwriting was really nice in this one. Let's see what I have in the drawing. See, I waste paper a lot, which is very bad, but that's horribly ugly. I never finished that. Okay, so we're done with this. So this is my binder that it says printed notes only, and it says Algebra 1, STEM, and Agriculture. So I think this is all the printed notes for all of the classes, except for some, because I knew I could never keep it perfectly organized. So I can't show you much in this, but yeah, I can't show you that, because my school name is on the, let me see what they're called. It's called like Accelerated Math. Now, I am going to show you everything in my algebra binder from this year, but I already took into precaution and I scribbled out my school name, so I don't have to worry about that. So that's okay. So this is okay. Okay, this stuff's good. This is, the notes. Now, I feel so stupid because we have the same exact notes that we did in 9th grade that we did in 10th grade because I failed, so it's the same stuff. And I could have just got all these notes and copied it, but instead I forgot that I even saved them, and yeah. So this is just algebra, Common Core. Oh, I made a 45. Uh-oh. So, oh, can't show you that. Okay. So, this is for STEM. And then this is agriculture notes. In agriculture, I'm not an outdoors person, and I don't like farming and stuff, but agriculture was one of the funnest classes like I've ever had. I guess because we did a lot of stuff outside, which was different for me, because in junior high, you're like you're so buried down with, like, you stay inside all the time, and in high school you have so many more freedoms, like you get to go outside more, especially if you have VOTEC classes, because it's all about visuals. Yeah, I can't show you that, I don't think. Well, I can't show you that, but apparently we have a lot of stuff with our school name on it, and I didn't even realize it. But there's see, I could have used this because we learned this like a few months ago in algebra, and I forgot all about it. And these are just a bunch of papers that's got my school name on it because I can see it, so we're not going to show that. Okay, so this is one of my binders from 7th grade because it says right there, 7th grade. See, I thought this was so pretty, but it's not. This is social studies. There's nothing on the back, and yeah, there's nothing inside. So I think I might have threw away the papers from 7th grade, but kept the binders because I have not been able to find any papers from 7th grade. This is language 7th grade, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I really like this binder. If it wasn't already used, I'd probably use it again. This is vocabulary, and there's nothing in it. Oh wow. See, it says vocabulary. Okay guys, so I thought it was only right that I showed you all of my binders from this year, but like I said, I'm going to do a whole separate video on each of these binders, but I'm not going to go through them in this video, but I'm just going to show you like the front of them. So this was a, here, now I'll show you in order from my classes. Now, we didn't have one for culinary arts this year because second year classes doesn't really, you don't really do much, but this was from English 2. And it's pretty big, pretty thick, so I'm not going to go through it because, like I said, separate video. This was a project we did in, wait, I'm trying to go in order, I keep forgetting. Okay, so this is Intro to Biology. This was just, it's got a lot of notes. So now my fourth block was Intro to Theater. This was a project we did right around the end of school. We read the play The 12th Night, and we had to do a project on it. And oh, that's something I drew, but I don't think I ever finished it. Oh, I can't show you that. Here, I can show you some of the. Wait, what am I doing? I'm doing a whole separate thing on this. Okay, sorry guys. So this is the binder from Intro to Theater, and that's how many notes in that. And then this is from Intro to Theater as well. Big notebook. So my camera's fixing to go out because I don't have much time. So this is just my algebra binder from this year, biology binder from this year. My science study workbook, whatever, and my world history binder. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I have a huge mess around me. I've got to clean it all up, but I hope you enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up and be looking forward to me going through in depth of my binders from this year. So thank you for watching, and I'll see my lovely Tingle Buddies in another ASMR video. Bye.